Hey everybody, want a wisdom Sunday, May 19th, roughly 3:34. You can't even see that. It's 3:30 basically, we'll just call it that. Odd for me to be filming an unboxing during the day. The issue is, this is going to be Scarlet Ninjini. She lights up. I'm not sure how well we'll be able to see it since there's a lot of light coming in. But we'll make the most of it. Scarlet Ninjini. First we had, at least in America, I mean, there's been people ordering her in from Germany and Amazon sites overseas. But the first we actually had a solid date was at Target, and it was for today, Sunday, May 19th. If you follow along on the blog, I posted that a while back. Hopefully you were able to land her before now. But we found that out. Little information on Toys R Us had leaked. Then the surprise was GameStop actually got her in. Again, where I am, it's roughly like a day transit, UPS ground. That's the key, ground. And I think they were here, probably Thursday of last week. I was very busy, as you know, went out of town. And I did try to get her when I was out of town, too. I came up empty-handed there too. I think she's shipping 6 a case. Target's actually had her for a really long time. There's been several stores, where people found her on the shelves probably when she came in the first time. What Target actually does, and it's admirable, they try to hold off the date for things like this so they can actually build up stock so people don't walk in and be disappointed. Toys R Us, I think, tries to do the same thing. They just aren't very good at it. Every time I've attempted one of these Sunday releases, whether it was Dragon's Peak with Sunburn last year, Wave 2, Wave 3, yada, every time, Blue Bash, anything they get that's brand new and they send an email out the night before, it's almost guaranteed unless you go and stand in line, you're not going to get it. At least at my store, I know most people give me the same feedback. I realize some stores are going to be stocked deeper than others, but for the most part, you either run into a situation like I do where they have like insufficient quantities to even really advertise it, and it just ticks a lot of people off. If you get lucky, you leave with a rain check and they're supposed to hold one for you. A lot of times, and I hate saying it, but people will go in and their store simply won't have the stock, particularly like on those in-the-week sales they do when they launch some of them. Walmart, there's actually been a couple of people now who spotted her on the pegs at Walmart. They have her locked at the register too. Supposedly they're going to release her Tuesday, I guess kind of like standard issue music game release date. I really don't know why they're holding the dates when GameStop's had her available for so long. Which that said, I know a lot of you, saw the blog post, were able to get her early from GameStop. She trickled into the northeast and northwest extremities of the country earlier this week. But essentially in my area, I mean, she hit GameStop 10 days ago. As it panned out, I picked mine up, again, if you follow the blog, you know this, on bestbuy.com. They had a deal going where they're selling her for $12.99. That's a pretty good price. I think they limited the quantities to 3, which that kind of helps offset eBay pirate coming in. And really, between the price and the fact it was like 3 in the morning and they had like just lit up the quantities, I went ahead and reserved her Friday night, Saturday morning. I could have picked her up yesterday at like 10 in the morning, but I had something I needed to do in town today, so I just held off a day. Amazon, I have yet to see her there, like an actual Amazon listing of retail price. The scalpers have her up. But, again, don't pay. I know it's Scarlet Ninjini, it's an in-game variant, yada yada, but don't pay more than retail. That's completely idiotic. I still know a few people that ordered her in from, Amazon Germany, and if you weren't in that, like, first initial run on her, there's quite a few people I'm aware of that still haven't actually gotten their shipment. You don't pay a whole lot more, it's just mainly the shipping. But fact of the matter remains, you kind of got the shaft because now you could land her in America. But for those that don't know, you can start to pick this up on like eBay, but like the European releases, like Polar Whirlwind, they have a different racking and peg system. There's usually like 2 notches. I mean, ours has been standard like this for years on pretty much everything. But if you see the European stuff, there's always like another little tab cut out. Might pay attention to that one. But again, $12.99 is what I paid. Retail is $14.99. Toys R Us is $15.99. I think GameStop may have gone up to $15.99. I think Walmart's holding steady. Target's done the same thing. The issue I have with Target, they don't set quantity limits, which is really nice. But on the flip side, what usually happens is I walk in there, you know, and you like see someone walking out with 4 as you're going to electronics. Then you get there, they don't have any. You ask them to check in the back, they say they don't have any. And it's kind of just one of those things. It's nice they don't have the restrictions, but at the same time, that kind of makes it easier for the evil eBay people of the world to kind of strike. But good news is Toys R Us, I think it was buy one, get one 60% off. That's a pretty sweet deal. And then Target had buy 2, get 1 free. Again, this works better, you know, if you've got characters that you don't have or that you want an extra one because you really like them. For most people, the only time that's like really helpful is when, you know, say they were releasing 3 new characters today, then you buy 2, you get the 3rd free. Similarly with the discount, but you know, it does save you money. I can't complain too much. That said, if you recall, this is Ninjini, regular old. She is actually, ironically, selling more on Amazon and eBay right now than Scarlet, and it's by a significant margin. Now, with Scarlet being released pretty much everywhere except Amazon and Walmart at this point, the prices on Scarlet are probably going to continue to come down, probably into like the $20 to $25 range. Meanwhile, Ninjini's been sitting around $40, so it could be a deal where a lot of people will actually wind up getting Scarlet Ninjini before they get Ninjini. But that aside, that one's actually good. I picked up 2 just in case. I noticed a girl at Best Buy left tape on this one, so we'll just go ahead and open it. But again, Scarlet Ninjini, finally, 7 minutes in, we're getting to the heart of the video. My apologies about that, but they're all questions people ask, and you know, I try to help out, get you the best deal possible. Slogan, any last wishes? Kind of see there's her in the card. Actually not pushing the web code on this one. She won't work in SSA, she'll work in Giants. Coming around here to the backside, you see T-Rex on the portal. There's Scarlet's box art right there on the backside. They're pushing Eyebrow, Swarm, Thumpback, and Bouncer. Skylander Giants super size and super powers. And I believe it's been a while since we've actually had anything to unbox. Contents, they're still calling it a Skylander figure trading card and sticker sheet. We'll check that out. I just had to go grab a knife. The cool thing is this cut like butter. Really pleased with that. It's like they're using a different adhesive or something on this one. I have heard of issues with Scarlet Ninjini. Again, these were all from overseas. I mean, it's essentially the same thing, but there's been a lot of people that have said that she doesn't light up at all. I guess I should have checked that before I opened it. Okay, again, that's why you watch these videos. You can avoid making mistakes like I do. But supposedly she's had some issues where she doesn't light up, or she does and then she stops. It's been so widely reported, it's probably an instance of just an issue with the actual figure and not necessarily people being rough unboxing her. But again, I can't stress enough, this is a giant, and that means it does light up. And what that means for you is you want to be extra careful getting her out, just like with the light crew. You don't want to, you know, have one functional and rip it apart or something. But there she is, freed from her plastic coffin. Looks really good. We're going to go ahead and try to break this. Seems like they've kind of changed the packaging a little bit. There we go. Again, I like to work from the base up just because I feel like you're less likely to tear something apart. She looks really good. We'll get to that in a second. I'll kind of do the boring part first for you. Alright, so what we get is her card, then the instructions no one cares about, the sticker sheet. Right here would be a QR code, and then the web code. Not quite sure what we can do on Skylanders Universe now. Haven't been there in a while, but I guess, you know, like the Apple stuff, you can still use it. This is her stat card. Again, sadly, these have like no real relation to anything in the game, but you know, they give them to us, so I cover them. Power or strength, 100 of 150. Defense and armor, 100 of 150. Speed or agility, 100 of 150. And luck, 150 of 150. That is actually identical to the stats we have here for Ninjini. If you can see that. 100, 100, 100, 150. So she comes in out of a potential 600. She is sitting pretty at 450. I noticed last night when I took Royal Double Trouble through his heroic challenge, he upgraded insanely fast. I think Scarlet should have better base stats than Ninjini, but I'm also kind of interested to see if maybe she doesn't level up just as insanely quick. That said, we will now take a good look at Scarlet Ninjini. Again, she's kind of got like the stealth elf color of skin on this version. Their swords, again, pay attention to the fact that they're actually kind of a copper colored in this. She's basically where she was purple. She's kind of sporting the red now. Backside, same thing. They did change the bottle up a little bit as well. Side-by-side comparison for you. You can kind of see the differences here. You know, I was thinking I liked regular Ninjini better. Scarlet looks, I think it's the hair, probably. It's kind of ironic that Scarlet doesn't have red hair. It's a minor side note. I don't know. I mean, Ninjini had grown on me, and you know, once I opened her up, kind of inclined to say I might like Scarlet a little bit. I might have to actually wait, see them in game. Sometimes that's a little different, but essentially the same pose, just like slight color changes. Another issue people were having, in addition to the light up problems, some were supposedly received without eyebrows. Some of them had like apparently really bad paint jobs on the eyebrow. Again, I mean, for as detailed as these things are, they're minor complaints, but you know, they are of interest to collectors and whatnot. This one actually looks really good too in terms of the eyebrow. I don't really see any visible defects there, so I guess I got two pretty good ones, provided they light up. If they don't, 10 to 1, this in my hand will be the one that doesn't, and then the one in the packaging will. It's just how stuff goes for me. I will also mention Scarlet Ninjini's upgrades will be part 129. I actually skipped a slot because I thought she'd be coming out pretty soon when I recorded initially. I wound up taking Ninjini down Ancient Djinn or Djinn or whatever magic, and actually not too bad of a path. It's kind of cool, but the reason I did that, when you upgrade Swords of Might, the top upgrade path for a primary attack, it actually turns the swords this gold color, and since Scarlet actually kind of had the copper or gold colored swords, I figured I'd let her, you know, take that path. It is winning the blog poll by a decisive margin. We're going to go ahead and fire up the Portal of Power here. I'll begin with Ninjini. Okay, you can't really see much with the daylight. When it's dark, you're actually able to see the light actually kind of comes through her, you know, red hair. But with the purple, she kind of lights up a blue. Her eyes light up. Actually looks pretty cool. Let's try to get Scarlet on there beside her. Hey, mine lit up. Hopefully it stays that way. She actually looks really sinister. I know this is with the lights on right now and sunlight coming in, but she kind of, I mean, it looks a lot like fire, the way that kind of lights up, sort of like an amber light. And then her eyes look very piercing with the green skin. Let me turn my overhead lights out. It'll dim this down a little bit, and we'll see if we can get a better feel. Alright, not too much better, but, you know, you have to work with me here since it is daylight. Again, I'm not used to doing this not really late at night myself, but together, they actually look really good on the Portal of Power as a duo there. Ninjini looks awesome. I mean, when it's fully dark, that's like a really, really nice glow on the blue parts of her. Scarlet, I think she would look, I mean, really sinister. It's almost like I'm expecting Light Core Hex. She's kind of got like that red between the cloak or something. I'm thinking she's going to look really good with the lights out. And then Genie's kind of the same thing here. Here they are side by side. From the back, again, my apologies, it's not 3 in the morning when I usually record. I think you'd get a better feel for everything. Obviously, the blue's a bit brighter. Quite a bit brighter, actually. But, oops. That's one of the things you don't want to do. I was trying to get them lined up a little bit better for you. Let's go ahead and pull Ninjini. Now we will just focus solely on Scarlet here. Yeah, I think she's going to look pretty good. I mean, you have to remember I've got a lot of natural light coming in that's making it hard to film this. But, maybe I'll try. What I'll do later, I'll take a picture of her, you know, nighttime. I'll put it up on the blog for you. But I think she's going to look pretty sinister, and that's kind of what I was hoping for. I can see the way it's shining through her face. It's almost like they didn't get much paint on up top. You know, it's not as dense. I don't know if she's going to shine through the hair or not, since it's a darker color. You really can't tell that Ninjini does it either, just barely, if you've seen it before and expect it. Scarlet, I'm not sure she will. It may be a deal that'll surprise me if it gets darker. But there she is again on the Portal of Power. I think she looks really, really good. That's just my personal opinion. And like I said, I'm going to try to get some pictures for you when it's dark. Let me go ahead and get the lights back on. That is essentially, you know, again, she's another in-game variant. It's unique because she's a giant. Other thing that's pretty interesting with Scarlet is the fact that she is what would essentially usually be a, you know, store exclusive. You know, at least here in the U.S., she'd probably be at GameStop or Target, Toys R Us, etc. She is actually everywhere. That's a pleasant surprise. I don't know what that's going to do for her stock and quantities. I mentioned in the blog post I made this morning when I'd received the Toys R Us email. Toys R Us and Target both said quantities limited. I guess kind of to have the fine print if people are in an uproar or really sad or something. Walmart, never know what they're going to do, when they'll stock them, if people are going to raid the midnight deal and make employees pull them out or something. Supposedly Tuesday, I mean, say that you miss out Toys R Us and Target today, your GameStop doesn't have them, Best Buy doesn't have her. Walmart would be coming up Tuesday. You might put a word in with an associate or someone if you frequent the store. But, really, online, I've yet to see her at GameStop. Usually they'd have her up by now. I'm not sure what's going on there. Again, Amazon, I've not seen her, you know, in stock and sold by Amazon for retail. When I do that, I'll update it on the blog for you, post a link. Generally, that almost always winds up being the way I have to come by them, Amazon or GameStop. But, for what it's worth, I got her at Best Buy, $12.99 on sale. That almost, keyword almost, offsets having to go into that place. I absolutely despise it. Place is always packed, and yet it seems like no one buys anything. And then I went in there today, you know, found the store pickup. I haven't been in there in probably, I guess it was last fall, looking for Skylanders Spyro's Adventure when Dragon's Peak came out. I used to not mind the store, but then it got to the point where they just assume everyone is stealing merchandise, and they herd people through like cattle. They started doing it at Christmas time, and then I guess they just decided it was so much fun annoying people, they're going to do it 24/7 year round. I'm not surprised the stores are closing down and going out of business. I know a lot of people love the place. I can't stand it. That's why I don't ever talk about buying Skylanders there. I don't even walk in the place. I stick to Amazon, Target, Toys R Us. Sometimes I'll walk in Walmart. Again, I'm not big on crowds, and like I said, Best Buy is always packed even though no one buys anything. I realized I could find the in-store pickup faster just by walking around than asking someone to work there. That's always a good sign. I say that sarcastically, of course, but wound up over there. The girl, that pulled the order was pretty nice, but then I had like one of their little security minions just eyeballing me the whole time. And it's like, seriously, woman, I just came in your store to in-store pickup. I've already paid for the junk. I'm having to go through 3 measures of security. I'm surprised the TSA didn't pop out for a full cavity search or something. But, they make you show the order receipt. Then you have to go in, have your driver's license. You have to have the charge card, even though they don't scan it because you've already paid online. And then you get like the 3rd degree from a woman standing behind the door. And it's just like, I can see you staring at me. I don't know if she doesn't realize that the glass works 2 ways or whatever, but it's just a really, really bad store in my opinion. I realize some of them are probably nice. There are a few decent employees, managers, but for the most part, I just avoid the place. It's a nightmare. The parking lot's a joke. I don't enjoy the place. That said, the reason that I'm pushing them right now for you, if you missed out at Toys R Us or Target and GameStop, they do have Scarlet for $12.99. I thought that was a pretty good deal when I picked her up. However, the deals at Toys R Us and Target are actually a little bit better, but whatever. Main thing is, didn't pay retail. Anytime you can say that, you had a pretty good day. So, my best bets again today, if you're looking for and you've been oblivious to everything going on in the world, head out to Target and Toys R Us. Then I would suggest calling around. If you have multiple GameStops, you might just call. If you have a regular you go to, you might swing by. Then you'd be looking at Walmart Tuesday. You can attempt Best Buy if you don't mind the store. Again, I did. Actually, their online deal wasn't too bad. That's just actually having to go to the store that really puts a sour taste in your mouth. The cool thing there, though, is you can actually check stock online. If they say they don't have her, I wouldn't even walk in the store if I was you. Amazon should have her up anytime. I'm thinking if Walmart drops her Tuesday, Amazon should have a link up anytime before or after that. So, like I said, I'll keep you posted. Twitter, Facebook, Google+, everything like that. The blog, I'll have all the links and information for you. But I'm excited to go take her down Swords of Might. Like I said, it's winning the blog poll by a considerable margin on her upgrade path. So, more importantly, I've got that aesthetics thing going where it looks like it gives her the gold swords, and Scarlet actually has them. So, $12.99 is what I paid at Best Buy. I don't recommend Best Buy. There's better deals now. But, if you want her and they've got her, I'd go ahead and pick her up and, save the $2-3 and the hassle of looking for her. Again, ironically, a lot of people are probably going to wind up with Scarlet before Ninjini. I'll kind of field response and emails from people today. And, make sure it's a deal where Toys R Us is everywhere. Didn't have like 6 or 12 of them all together. I could see it happening, but I'm hoping, that most people were able to nab her today, if you hadn't already. But, I'll quit rambling. I know this one was a little longer, mainly just trying to get all the information to you, where you can find her. That way, if I can't respond to your comment or something, information, probably more than most people care for here in the video. But, like I said, just check out Twitter and the blog. I'll kind of keep you posted if you're still looking for her. Hopefully I can help you find her. Like I said, do not pay over retail for her. There's really good deals right now. This one in my hand was $12.99, and the current sales at Toys R Us and Target beat that. So keep that in mind. She looks really, really good. I know a lot of people are Ninjini fans. You'll probably want to add her. She is an in-game variant. That's kind of why, if you note there to the left, have Granite Crusher. He was a Target exclusive. And then to the right, we have Legendary Bouncer, of course, a Toys R Us exclusive. Scarlet kind of joins them as having the actual skin of her physical character. It's not like the Chase variants or anything. But again, $12.99, Best Buy. Before I picked mine up, I'd suggest you go elsewhere. I'm going to end this before I lose my voice. Questions, comments, you can ask here on YouTube or the blog, oneofwisdom.blogspot.com. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. As always, thanks for watching, and until next time, we will catch you later.